get you, I'm gonna get you out of there. You don't belong in there. I'm gonna get you out.
Norwich fans, you don't deserve Billy Gilmour. You really don't. You're an absolute pathetic club, honestly. One of the worst clubs I've seen in the Premier League, if I'm being honest. There's no backbone, no spine. You guys are giving away goals for fun. And you think Billy Gilmour is the issue. Billy Gilmour, the guy who's been producing man of the match performances for fun. Incredible. You don't understand football. That's the thing. You do not understand football. You simply don't understand football.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin, where I react to the recent hate Billy Gilmour's been getting from Norwich fans. Norwich have been getting spanked up left, right, and center. Let's just have a quick look at this. I mean, they're smack bang at the bottom of the league. They've been getting ripped apart, got pumped 3-0 by Palace, not that long ago, obviously, yesterday. Arsenal 5-0. Villa 2-0, Man United 1-0, Spurs 3-0, 1-1 against Newcastle, 0-0 against Wolves. I don't know how that happened. Somehow they beat Southampton. They managed to beat Brentford as well. Leeds beat them. Leeds, who've been poor this whole season. We've pumped them 7. These guys are an absolute disgrace to this particular league. Look at this. 19 games played and 10 points. 10 points they've got out of that. Minus 34. 42 goals conceded. 8 scored. I mean, these guys, the audacity they have to blame it all on. You saw the chance. You guys saw the chance. And I can't believe they have the audacity to have a go at Billy Gilmour. Billy Gilmour, let me just, I need to show you case this particular tweet. This is a very good tweet from Daniel Charles, ladies and gentlemen. Billy Gilmour dominated Fabinho on his second Chelsea start at Stamford Bridge, man of the match in FA Cup, Premier League, UCL, and Euro 2020 debuts. He has always looked perfectly able to fit into Chelsea's midfield, but yeah, he's the root of Norwich City's problem. I mean, this is quite incredible. This is what it comes down to. And I've seen this with Chelsea fans when Jorginho first came in. It comes down to lack of education. Honestly, they don't understand the role Billy Gilmour plays. They expect him to be some sort of a hero, defensive hero, attacking hero, goal-scoring machine, midfielder, up and down, box to box, some sort of a superhero, Marvel character or something like that. This is not the role. Billy Gilmour plays much like Jorginho. Well, that's what he did for Chelsea. He can play as a number 8, but I think what he's been doing in recent times for Norwich under Dean Smith and early days of Daniel Clark is that he was the register. They wanted to play possession-based football. They wanted to have a particular player that was good on the ball, that was not shy, not shying away from receiving the ball, can receive the ball many times throughout the match, control the midfield, one-touch passes, create the tempo, and keep possession, keep control. This is what Norwich's plan was. I mean, if your plan was to play, I don't know, stupid football, then go for, someone like Joey Barton, kind of a midfielder, if that's what you want. Do you know what I mean? Back in those days. I mean, go for John Joe Shelby. Why don't you go for John Joe Shelby? Why did you go for someone like Billy Gilmour? Why? You didn't seem to have a particular plan, what you wanted to do. Now you want to blame a player that's on loan who is a big talent. Balling for Scotland, balling for Chelsea when he played for us. You don't have the caliber of players that needs to be around him. This is the thing. They think Billy Gilmour is going to be the big-time soldier to carry them. That's not what he's there for. You do need other components. This is what happened with Jorginho as well when Jorginho first came in. People didn't understand his role. His role isn't there to create chances, to be the defensive cog. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's there to control the game. Do you understand? He's there to make sure the possession is kept predominantly for yourself, so the opposition doesn't see the ball that much. I'm going to showcase you guys some stats of that match against Crystal Palace. You guys are going to be mad. I mean, even his heat map, how they can hate Billy Gilmour is mad. Absolutely mad. Let's have a look at some of this stuff, and then we're going to get deep into it. Abula is saying Norwich fans should be delighted Billy Gilmour is wearing their jersey and not issue abusive words on him. When they get back to championship football next season, they'll only be watching Billy on TV in the UCL. 100%. Norwich had no plan. You don't have a plan as to what you wanted to do. You surrounded, before we get back into looking at what the socials are all about, look at the caliber of players you've surrounded Billy Gilmour with. This Norwich team, you don't need to be a huge club. You can still be smart in regards to who you get in the transfer window. You have to have a plan. Look at the likes of, Crystal Palace or Brentford as well. They've just been promoted. Look at them. Look at Brighton, for example. I mean, look at some of these players. Gibson, Byram, Sorensen. I don't even know who these guys are. Billy Gilmour surrounded by just absolute no-namers. I don't even know if they're half decent. And I still remember when Billy Gilmour got that loan opportunity, Norwich fans were buzzing with Billy Gilmour. Pre-season, Billy Gilmour was doing great. Norwich fans were all over the place. They were like, oh, wow, his vision is great. His passing ability is great. He'll find out players, this and that. And now you're having a go at Billy Gilmour. Your team is rubbish. Your team does not deserve a visionary like Billy Gilmour. Your team does not deserve a baller like Billy Gilmour. He needs runners around him. He needs players that are going to understand the way he plays. And you're having a go at Billy Gilmour. And it's not just this game. There's plenty other games where, the lineup. Let's look at the lineup against Arsenal. Kovac, Aarons is decent. Gibson, Williams. I think that's the Williams from Man United. McLean, Sargent. Once again, this is not good enough. This is simply not good enough. Let's get back at the socials as to what people are saying. 20-year-old joined Canaries on a season-long in Chelsea in the summer. At first I thought it was a good loan, this particular loan, to be honest. But I said it after the first 3 games. They just simply didn't have they didn't know what they were doing under Daniel Farke. They really didn't know. If you're going to be a possession-based football, you do need to have a particular structure, a particular way of controlling the game. What do you want to do off the ball? What do you want to do with the ball? There has to be a plan. They didn't have that. And initially, it seemed like it was a great choice to go to this particular football club and get that particular development. But I said it after the first 3 games, after how they got pumped, that this guy needs to probably come back soon. Now he can't even come back. He can't even come back because he's played enough games. So he needs to see this particular season through. I really feel sorry for Billy Gilmour to go through all of this rubbish that he's going through in Norwich. He doesn't deserve that. He's an absolute baller, and he's going to kill it once he comes back to Chelsea, hopefully. He may need another loan, but he's not a bad player. He's one for the future. There's no doubt about that. Look at this, Jacob Bowles. Raging Norwich fans turn on Billy Gilmour and tell midfielder to F off back to Chelsea during Crystal Palace clash. Fans on our own players is absolutely embarrassing and shows no class at all. Apparently, Norwich fans were chanting Billy Gilmour to F off to Chelsea. He's not been up to the standards. Or why the displeasure? There's a possibility they're hurt because he hasn't been good enough, but he's surrounded by mid players. He can't really show quality. Exactly right. I want to show you guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the heat map. Billy Gilmour covered more blade of grass than any other Norwich player. This is against Crystal Palace. Look at this. All over. Look at the ground he's covering. And they're blaming this particular player. Billy Gilmour was the hardest working player, Norwich player versus Crystal Palace. Incredible. Look at this one. Billy Gilmour completed more passes, 55, and more attacking third passes, 15. He also made more tackles, 6, and made more ball recoveries, 10, than any other players against Crystal Palace. Billy needs some help over here. And they have the audacity to tell him to F off. You've got to be kidding me. This is a clear example of you don't understand football, Norwich City. You don't understand football. You really don't. It's not doing him any good playing there. It could be ripping him up. But honestly, talk sport. This is perfect. And I hope Thomas Tuchel is having a conversation. I really do. I hope Thomas Tuchel is having a conversation with Billy Gilmour. He's going to have to see this through. And we as Chelsea Football Club, we need to be careful as to where we're sending our loanees next time. It did seem like it was a good, loan. Daniel Fark, Thomas Tuchel, they know each other back in the Bundesliga days. Daniel Fark has the same sort of ideology, press, possession-based. Norwich were playing some decent football in the Championship, but maybe that's their level. In the Premier League, you do need to get some sort of quality players. If you're going to get a player like Billy Gilmour, you do need to give him some sort of other players that are going to understand the movement, possession-based football, passing. You can't just provide him below average players and expect him to ball out. He's a kid still. He's a talented kid. I hope Thomas Tuchel is having a conversation with Billy Gilmour and making sure that his mindset is good, because this sort of loans could devastate a particular player. It's good experience. It's great experience for Billy Gilmour. Billy Gilmour is a European champion, for God's sakes. Featured in Champions League last season. Got man of the match performances as well. This guy, I still remember against Liverpool when he first debuted. Oof. For a kid, what he did to Fabinho. Then he followed it up against Everton. For Scotland as well in Euros against England. Brilliant. There's no doubt this player is great. But he's not. Norwich doesn't deserve him. As I said, fans need educating. And, this is what happened with Chelsea. They didn't understand Jorginho. Some of them still don't understand Jorginho and his role. This is what Billy does. He's a register. He can play as an 8, but he's the guy that you want to build up play from the back. Control the tempo, control the midfield. That's what he does. But Norwich fans, you got no idea. You absolutely have no idea, honestly. And then you go on and put those sort of slurs in the stadium. This is your player. And you're telling him to F off to Chelsea. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Let me know how you feel about this situation. I want to know from each and every one of you guys in the comments below how you feel about this situation, because this is disgusting. This is seriously disgusting.